Today, Jordanian King Abdullah II decided to dissolve the government and asked for a new cabinet to be formed. Now, obviously, the timing of the events in Jordan are critical as the Hashemite monarchy in Jordan is watching events play out in Egypt. Now, this isn't necessarily a sign of a domino effect taking place in the region. And in fact, there are very important factors to keep in mind when comparing the situation in Egypt versus Jordan. Jordan deals with its opposition very differently than the Egyptian government has. For example, the Jordanian government has more of an accommodationist approach with its opposition. The Jordanian Muslim Brotherhood's political arm, the Islamic Action Front, is recognized as a legitimate political entity in Jordan, even though it's still struggling to adequately represent itself in parliament. Tensions in Jordan have really been simmering since parliamentary elections that were held in November last year. The Muslim Brotherhood's political arm hotly opposed those elections, particularly an electoral law that they argued favored pro-monarchy areas in rural parts of Jordan. Since then, the group has been demanding a lowering of price in food and fuel. They've been demanding a change to the electoral law, and they've been organizing these mass demonstrations and sit-ins that have been peaceful. Now, one thing to note is that they are not demanding regime change, unlike the situation in Egypt. The political arm of the Muslim Brotherhood sees an opportunity right now, and they're basically just trying to take advantage of the current situation to push their own political demands. The Jordanian government has already announced a $452 million subsidy plan to bring down the price of food, to bring down the price of fuel, to increase pension, and things of this sort to basically accommodate the opposition. In other words, this is not so much a crisis point like we're seeing in Tunisia and Egypt. This is more of the government trying to maintain the upper hand and trying to rush toward accommodation and preventing a larger conflagration. Now, the image that Jordan is portraying right now and conceding to these demands could carry significant repercussions beyond Jordan's borders, particularly if the events in Jordan are perceived as an Islamist organization being successful in forcing a regime like the Hashemite monarchy to bend to their demands. This could not only inspire other fledgling opposition groups in other countries to attempt the same, but it could also further embolden the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. The Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood is playing a very careful game right now. I think the Brotherhood is very well aware that the romanticism of the revolution in the streets could wear off the longer the people go without a regular supply of food, without security, and most importantly, without results. It's become clear so far that Mubarak does not have any intention of leaving anytime soon. At the same time, the Muslim Brotherhood needs to sustain the momentum in the streets right now. What they want to avoid is having people think that, look, I waited 3 decades to get rid of Mubarak. I can wait another 8 months until September elections for him to be deposed. At the same time, the Muslim Brotherhood is very conscious of the negative connotations associated with its Islamist branding. And for that reason, it's trying to reach out to certain secularist leaders. For example, Mohammed al-Baradei, who may lack credibility, but at least he's a secular leader that a lot of people can at least look to for some sort of leadership while the Muslim Brotherhood works on creating this political opening that they've been waiting for decades.